love, laugh, purchase, and consume
With Auntie's choice. As your peerless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I might appear above the occasional frivolity. Respected, rousing sporting match, as much as all of you base rank and file. The big rip cut off toss volumes from home, but our Arcadian rip is a worthy substitute. Certainly a more profitable program than the Protectorate's watered-down rip-off pitch. Call it. My, how imaginative. We took what nature.
I anticipate consider your choice of target.
Official means at Auntie's choice. Strive to be 110% wholly plus artificial. Artificiality is our guiding principle. Enjoy an artificially enhanced existence through the conspicuous consumption of embedded chemicals with Auntie's choice. Attention any and all no debtors on my payroll. It's time to recognize the downward immobile with my latest demotions report. Starting with Dr. Giles Rasmussen, demoted from his unnamed and clear.
From pop guns
Can't
to
tell the
self-propelled
difference between
cannons,
cover and
I have
concealment.
whatever size weaponry
Then
you need
a
to make.
good-
Welcome. Here at Arnie's Armory, the customer's goals are our goals. So, how can I help you achieve just the right amount of reckless, unspeakable violence today? You name it, we got it. I got your locks, I got your stocks, I've even got both your beautifully smoking barrels.
Encourage working on the plan. A strategic step backward to document index data. Refresh your info security fundamentals, Reggie. Congrats. You're now a file clerk. Clerk those files. Next is Elise Ripshaw in product development. Remember, Elise, when you told colleagues over drinks at the bottom runger that I was, quote, long in the tooth and short on ideas? Then you agonized for weeks that your comment might get back to me. Anxiety gnawing at your guts. Good news! Your new role as intake greeting specialist will be far less stressful. Oh, I just received an addendum on a late-breaking and quite literal termination. Dr. Rasmussen, new site sanitation manager. Experimental operations is deceased. Apparently the victim of workplace hostility. Oh, what a shame. Well, these things happen. And if you haven't heard your name yet, breathe easy. That's it for this demotions report. Until next time, everybody do your jobs and there won't be next time. Toodaloo!
Horse comestibles! Horse comestibles! We're literally giving them away!
live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume
With Auntie's choice.
rocketing up the corporate ladder.
It's high time one of you scientist types responded to my calling cards. The position's been open for more than 2 days, and already productivity is tanked by 149.4%. You want the role, it's yours, but I'm not budging on those hourly rates.
Let me guess. You're backfilling Rasmussen's position? Or all the scientists who work with him on Cloister lying cold on the lab floor?
Both, obviously. Unless you mean to tell me a graft like yours can install itself. Now, do you want the job or not? We're burning Starlight.
I do. Been waiting on this moment. This grafting program is a law-damned abomination. I went to your lab on Cloister, saw for myself what kind of depravity your folk got up to there. It's sick. My friend was butchered by Rasmussen. And he wasn't the only one. In fact, this program's been a sham from the start. I got tossed aside. And for what? A mistake? Ain't nothing good that's come of this. It's time to call it quits.
What a preposterous notion. Shall we stop producing inhalers because of side effects? Or shut down all food factories because one severed appendage finds its way into packaging? No, certainly not. I am not to blame for whatever inconvenience you experienced as a first edition patient. To quit now would be to toss aside all our progress. You little sneak. I'm in the process of securing more funding, thank you very much. And I will not allow a light money pouch to thwart my efforts.
Don't matter to me what your plans are, or what you think you might accomplish. You've hurt too many good folk, and I've had enough.
I fear you've gotten too negative an impression of this work. Hear me out, will you? Allow me to assuage those fears. My mind is not entirely consumed by capital, I assure you. It's also consumed with professional pride and self-preservation. We cannot speak of sensitive business details here. There's no telling which opportunistic colleague or overpaid contractor could be listening in. They would ruin me. Ruin me! Meet me in back deck steerage. Take this pass for the tram. And for law's sake, make sure no hanger-on follows you. Especially that assistant of mine next door. Chin up, dear. I believe I'll change your mind yet.
We'll see. Seen this song and dance from all manner of suits before. Reckon he'll try to reel us into a ridiculous scheme, or bribe us with bits or booze or what have you. But this'll make it easier for us to intimidate the bastard into stepping down. Ooh, I relish the notion.
The story of Auntie Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's Choice headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who unfairly stacked the deck against the little person. As said Tau Ceti, but did Auntie Cleo take Spacer's Choice deviant? Sponsored tossball team, the Auntie Cleo's Darlings refused to do when things were down at the end of the sponsorship series against the Spacers Chosen.
I'm Jean Turfer-Tyler, 6th base person for the Auntie Cleo's Darlings. I cleaved Spacers Chosen's goalie at the end of the 56th inning, then made a Sunday goal to win the game. Whenever I see them,
I done falled off the corporate ladder.
Ah, you came. Foolish, aren't you? Thinking I'd reveal my secrets to the likes of you. Ah! Contractors! Now's your chance. First one to kill these imbeciles gets a one-time Immunosol discount. Come through, my good Biff. That discount will be applied to your next purchase at the commissary, but cannot be combined with other... Ah! You! You're still alive!
Ain't gonna be that easy to get rid of us, you idiot. This how you treat all folk who approach you in good faith?
No folk have ever made it this far. How did you get past all my contractors? They were heavily trained and heavily expensive.
They were about half as coordinated as a herd of sprats, and just as threatening.
Do not make a mockery of the dead. They were all someone's children, partners, and investments. So what do you want? Allow me to guess. Money? We all want money. And I've plenty, I assure you.
Hostiles detected ahead.
Really thought he could fight us off. Damn fool. But this ain't over yet. Once news of Willard's departure gets out, there'll be dozens of rung climbers jockeying for his place and to steal his legacy for their own. Which means they can continue his bastardization of a grafting program and make it all the worse if they so choose. Ain't about to let that happen. Ain't suggesting. I'm telling you that we can't stand by and do nothing. It's obvious he was up to his neck in some scheme. If we dig it up and get the word out, his legacy'll be in shreds. Maybe folk will be less inclined to follow in his footsteps. All right. We ought to see if he's got anything of note on his person, and then his office. Any evidence we can find regarding money or business dealings could be of value. Once we got what we need, we can head to the recording studio to get the word out. The promise of a scandal should be enough to get in the door.
The conspicuous consumption of avoidable embedded chemicals.
The story of Auntie Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who unfairly stack the deck against the little person. As they tried with
Apologies.
us in
Emergency
Calicetti,
protocols
but did Auntie
unready.
Cleo take Spacer's
Not quite
choice
charged
devious
yet.
Shenanigans lying down? No!
Requested assistance
Just like
currently
our sponsored
unavailable.
baseball
Craft
team,
ain't ready.
Auntie Cleo's
Craft's still a bit
darlings refused
sleepy.
to do what they
Craft's
were
still
told.
recharging.
Protocols not yet charged. Not ready. Later.
Sixth base person for the Anti-Cleo Darlings. I cleaved Spacer's chosen goalie at the end of the inning, then made a Sunday goal to win the game. Whenever I see that Moon Man's grinning face, I want to cleave it in twain. Anti's choice! Darlings! We won! Hostile takeover this! Right back at you!
I'm Auntie Cleo, and I endorse this message. Attention, valued employees. Auntie here to brighten your workday with a report on just how much money your toil is netting us. It's time for profit forecast time, starting with product development, the boar's loaf and butter of our entire operation. Thanks to our marketing wizard.
Yeah, this is about what I expected.
Incremental product improvements. Sales of new and improved stimulants and nutrition supplements are up 11% quarter over quarter. Not too shabby, but that's small change compared to experimental operations, where top lab coats are doing pioneering, confidential work in, well, whatever they're working on. Don't worry about it. All I know is their department alone is responsible for a 28% increase in our entire operational budget for the next fiscal semi-decade. Credit where... do. To me, as your chief executive, I've fostered a healthy, cutthroat rivalry between our top divisions. Jealousy, hard feelings, really stirring the pot. Unorthodox? Well, no, not really. But I get results. Writ large in black ink on our balance sheet. You're welcome, employees. Have a profitable day. Overbearing tyrannical regimes like the Protectorate want to control their subjects' thoughts to safeguard or to hide them away from danger.
Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume.
With Auntie's Choice. As your peerless leader, I might appear above the occasional frivolity. But no, I do enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you base rank and file. The Big Rift cut off tossball news from home, but our Road League is a worthy substitute. Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decide what its subjects get, we respond to what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolously lengthy approval process our overbearing neighbors employ. Why wait 20 years to bring a new product to market when it can be enhancing people's lives now? As a responsible member of society, we allow you to take part in public product testing.
You cannot be here. My contract stipulates that this lab door remains locked at all times. I am not to be disturbed. Ha! That's funny, considering the heaps of times I've been called such.
I'm here to tell you that your treacherous fiend of a boss is now out of commission, and I'm investigating all of his indiscretions. You wouldn't happen to know about any unsanctioned business dealings, would you?
Ah, I'm afraid I can't help with that. I've only spoken with him once, upon my hiring. Well, yes, but not here or face-to-face. I was to have all communications sent to a private room at the Best Choice. He held all his business dealings and records therein. I gather he was circumventing intellectual property taxes or some such.
The Best Choice. That's the lounge for VIPs, looking out over the Esplanade, if I'm remembering right. We might pay it a visit.
This is actually an experimental operation with high import. Do pay it some respect, will you? And close the door when you leave.
Time is bits, bits is time. Or
We have food and drink for every taste and meal you can imagine. Plus, that you can't imagine, but that we can sell you recipes for. We are also the only retailers for parasite-free purple berries.
Horse comestibles! Horse
Oh,
comestibles!
hello, friend.
We're literally
Say
giving
that,
them
right?
away!
I have your permission. We're friends. We have drinks and stuff.
Or
Like
in
people do.
subsidiary companies, and the eating of said parasite insults Auntie's choice.
Sorry, in the midst of composing my latest product-oriented dramatization.
Yes, I understand I may look in charge, but I'm just minding the desk for our esteemed director. The real talent, as they say.
I need to get a message on the broadcast, urgently. Can you help with that?
Not unless you need any clever pointers on enunciation. Our director, however, is in one of the recording booths. Through the door to your left. You'll want to speak with her.
Through your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolously lengthy approval process our overbearing neighbors employ. Why wait 20 years to bring a new product to market when it can be enhancing people's lives now?
Welcome to Wireless Free Arcadia Studios. Thessaly Falk, Director of Talent Placation and General Runnings. Here to contract a recording or in the market for autographs?
Holt sent me to speak with you. I got a message I'd like to send out over the wireless. Trust me, this is one all the folk in Auntie's Choice won't want to miss.
Is that so? Well, the more riveting the content, the larger our commissions. However, as you're without an appointment and I'm quite busy, I'm afraid I've only time to record one take. Do make it count. Shall we begin?
Glad we're in agreement. I'm here to expose the truth about a prominent vice president. His business dealings are not what they seem.
That's quite the bold claim. Now remember to speak into the mic, dear. Enunciate clearly but with feeling. Inhabit the words. Be the message. Joining us today in the studio is a very special guest and rare specimen indeed, a grafted soldier. And one who alleges that one of Auntie's own vice presidents is not who he seems. Take it away.
Inez Seelong speaking. I got intel on an illegal program led by Vice President of Experimental Operations, Willard Conan. Folk aplenty suffered because of it.
Some say there cannot be success without suffering. It's more or less standard operating procedure, isn't it? Unless you're leaving out any gory details. Some within our organization might call that frugal, thrifty even. That is, why waste a perfectly good resource when no one else has use for it?
These are human beings I'm speaking of, not barrels of void damn uranium. They were good folk who didn't know what they were signing up for. They deserved better. But if that ain't incriminating enough for you, Willard had himself some money problems, which ain't too distant from a grave sin far as Auntie's concerned.
Ah, now we're getting somewhere. Tell me, did he squander all his bits on drink? Bet it all on a tarmac and cheese rebranding? Or worse? Thoroughly recount every lurid detail?
He stole from Auntie directly. I have here, in his own words, an admission to the crime. It's go-getterness gone too far. And you know what happens to one of Auntie's nephews who misbehaves?
Splendiferous! Couldn't hardly get more sensational than that if we tried. The audience will be on the edge of their seat hearing all the ghastly minutiae about this scandal.
I think we did it. Won't know for sure until the broadcast airs, of course, but law, I reckon I might finally be able to put this to rest. For Ortiz. For everyone. Thank you, Commander.
Oh, Inez, almost forgot. We have a bit of a goodie bag for special guests who visit the studio. You qualify. Do collect it from the front desk on your way out.
Not to mention the concession sales, invasive marketing,
Sorry. No autographs.
with their official Auntie's Choice branded Sprat Crisp penalty bucket.
Give that back, or I'll
But I
shoot.
digress. Just as in Tossball, we all need to
Stop!
put on
In Auntie's
our winner
name!
face.
My records show you have an outstanding fine for past offenses. Pay up or face Auntie's justice.
Humped in the Wednesday zone. Although it is that too. Sometimes you can't score a body goal without an offsides huck. Play by the rules or play to win. You can't do both. Feeling motivated? Certainly you are. Now, step up to the line of scrummage and let's bludgeon the
We've got the executive blessing to do company business as we see fit. You don't want to contradict Auntie herself, do you?
No, ma'am, never. Please excuse me.
That's probably the last time that little story gets us out of trouble. I'd rather not fight my own people, so keep your nose clean, yeah?
You've been quite an asset.
God represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who unfairly stacked the deck against the little person, as they tried with us at Tau Ceti. But did Auntie Cleo take Spacer's Choice devious shenanigans lying down? No! Just like our sponsored Tossball team, the Auntie Cleo's darlings refused to do when things were down at the end of the sponsorship series against the Spacers Chosen.
I'm Jean Turfer-Tyler.
Sorry. No autographs.
Auntie Cleo's darling.
Sorry, in the midst of composing my latest product-oriented dramatization. We'll talk later.
Whenever I see that Moon Man's grinning face, I want to cleave it in twain. Auntie's Choice!
Hello, hello. Fabulous work earlier. Been hoping for a chance to collaborate together again. And finally, the stars align. I have something you'd be ideal for. Interested? Or have you already had your fill of the creative side of this business?
Attention valued employees.
Splendid. The key to any successful collaboration is creating that exact kind of attitude. We've had a bit of a dispute on a prominent aetherwave drama we produce here. Some outsized egos at play, let's say. Main issue, once again, comes down to realism. Authenticity. Figured you, being such a maverick outsider and all, would be perfectly suited to advise. It's called Corporate Fixers for Hire. Heard of it?
11% quarter over quarter. Not too shabby, but that's small change compared to experimental operations.
It's about a department of contract specialists who assist others in taking down organizational rivals. Help them climb that ladder. Real popular, especially among middle managers. You in? Pays about the same as before.
For a 28% increase in our entire operational budget for the
Comes with the territory, I'm afraid. Well, wonderful. You were invaluable before. Head back to the recording booth. I'll meet you there and introduce you to our so-called talent.
rivalry between our top divisions. Jealousy, hard feelings, really stirring the pot. Unorthodox.
Sorry, in the midst of composing my latest product-oriented dramatization. We'll talk later.
Writ large in black ink on our balance sheet. You're welcome, employees. Have a profitable day.
This is our star performer and sageous Shilliber, Holter Williger. He plays Rico Sockdolager, head of our top-notch team of paid troubleshooters.
So very glad to meet you, whoever you are.
And here's our lead writer, a master of fervid puffery and dynamic product-oriented dramatization, Ruby Rory.
Charmed, I'm sure.
This is our maverick friend who advised on our latest advert. Brought a real sense of authenticity to the proceedings. More realism than you can shake an actual stick at. The two of you have questions our unconventional nonconformist friend here can answer, definitively and genuinely. So fire away. Fire away. I'll leave you to it.
In this episode, we're introducing an important walk-on character. A covert agent type with a hidden past. Someone, you know, full of intrigue. What kind of background would be wholly true and unconditionally authentic to someone like that? Someone like you, but not you. An agent you admired.
After all, that's what unbridled freedom's all about. Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decide what its subjects get, we respond.
Fabulous. I mean, so real and realistic. I will endeavor to depict it in the most truly true, genuine way.
I'll be coaching our walk-on's performance. What sort of delivery would be completely honest to this person?
Bring a new product to market when it can be enhancing people's lives now. As a responsible member of society, we allow you to take part in public product testing, respecting your right to risk a few pesky side effects as an early adopter. At Auntie's Choice, we understand that the marketplace is dynamic, efficient, and
Interesting. Well then, I shall dutifully characterize your authoritatively truthful direction. All right, now, at this point, I need to illustrate a critical problem that our crack team, along with the walk-on, need to solve. Give me your honest feedback on the read. This manager won't go down easy. She discovered our tampering with the Computronic registry to shift blame away from our client. Now, it blames them for everything. What do you think? Honestly, too much? Was I gilding the lily?
Is our guiding principle. Enjoy an artificially enhanced existence through the conspicuous consumption of unavoidable embedded chemicals with Auntie's Choice. Attention any and all no-getters on my payroll. It's time to recognize the downwardly mobile with my latest demotions report. Starting with Dr. Giles Rasmussen, demoted from his unnamed and clearly unimportant position within experimental operations. Welcome to your new role as
All right.
sanitation manager.
Good feedback. Very useful. Got it.
Last question. Right afterward, we introduce a crisis of some kind. What Auntie's Choice product would be most useful?
Demoted for playing confidential logs in a paid public toilet. Not what I mean when I encourage working on the go. Perhaps a strategic step backward to document index
You bet.
manager will
Practically everything, in fact. I know the perfect item.
Fabulosity, absolute fabulosity. Always a pleasure to work with you.
clerk those files. Next is Elise.
You should start hearing that episode on the wireless anytime now. You've probably already started hearing your advertisement. Well, I hope you look back fondly on this whole creative dalliance. Now I will. Now just a moment and we can hear it all assembled.
They were stuck, bottom of the ladder, outmaneuvered time and time again, robbed of credit for big ideas. Then they enlisted the best to rouse their career for a healthy fee. Yes, it's time, everyone, for Corporate Fixers for Hire, starring Holt Terwilliger as Rico Sockdolager, Greer Goodwin as Tuesday Sneed, guest starring Mads Parmenter. Brought to you by Auntie Cleo and Pals Borst Rockets, a deep-fried dough-wrapped Borst sausage on a stick, all thrown into lunch today. On last week's episode, The Business Tripwire, our team encountered Fortunato Aguilar, a covert agent type, a two-fisted, egotistical know-it-all with worrying anti-business tendencies, despite a 500-bit haircut. At last we meet Agent Aguilar, Fortunato, if you like playing with fire. The secret surveillance grid, which I'm not supposed to talk about, is at your disposal. Their steely eyes locked. Neither blinked for almost a full minute. But Rico had unfortunate news. This manager won't go down easy. She discovered our tampering with the Computronic registry. To shift blame away from our client. Now, I have sent Just then, proximity alerts reported incoming threats surrounding their ship on all sides. Rico was stressed, locked up, in need of aid, of
Bezos Purpleberry Liqueur. Now you can taste Purpleberry in any drink.
What will happen next? Stay tuned for next week's episode of Corporate Fixers for Hire.
Remember, it's a dangerous galaxy out there. You can live a life that's
Sorry, no autographs.
Sorry, in the midst of composing my latest product-oriented dramatization. Talk.
Pit our least bankable tossball team.
Such a pleasure to work with you. Let's chill together again sometime.
Horse comestibles! Horse comestibles! We're literally giving them away!
They forfeit by middle time. It would be an embarrassment of body goals. Imagine the asshole. Of course, I also enjoy the simple pleasure of Until next time, look for me in the Platinum Executive Skybox above the line of scrimmage.
Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume.
With Auntie's As your peerless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I might appear above the occasional frivolity. But no, I do enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you base rank and file. The Big Rift cut off tossball news from home, but our Arcadia Grown League is a worthy substitute. Certainly a more profitable program than the Protectorate's.
Tramicular takes forever.
And don't get me started on their arbitrary rule changes. Bronzing is prohibited in T-zones? Why even have the T-zones then? Oh, and sportsmanlike conduct is tolerated? That will put the serious in the seats. A blood sport without blood sounds like red ink to Auntie. Our tossball teams play for keeps. I witnessed no fewer than 6 critical blood force dramas in last week's contest between the Easy Loafers and Spectrum.
Hey, we could use more go-getters like you.
Tossball team against the Protector's entire roster.
Well, if it isn't our favorite contract, keep it up and we'll name a vodka flavor after you.
Our team's 32 backs benched. They forfeit by middle time. It would be an embarrassment.
Just want to say I'm a big fan of your work.
Windfall. Our athletic assets would achieve full profit potential as human billboards. Of course, I also enjoy the simple pleasure of watching professional athletes bludgeon each other. Such a relatable interest. See, subordinates, I'm just like you. Until next time, look for me in the Platinum Executive.
Have time for a chat, Commander? Commander, you hear my interview over the wireless too? They've been playing it every hour. Part of it, anyway. Seems all the evidence we brought Thessaly made an impression. Other VPs are fearing for their jobs now. Can you imagine? Reckon nobody will touch Willard's work now. Definitely. I'd bet a post-mortem on Willard's activities is being drafted as we speak. Few are keen to repeat the same mistakes as someone trotted out as a cautionary tale. If I ain't said it recently, then let me say it again. Thank you. I don't think I could have done right by Ortiz all on my own. Nobody has to be hurt like he was again. Reckon I'll find a way to look after the other grafted soldiers out there. It's what Ortiz would have wanted, and what he deserved. But all that'll come after we save Arcadia. You know, it's hard to fathom that just months ago I spent so much law-damn time begging to be accepted, like I was worth only what other folk thought of me. I was so lost. I really believed when I ended my contract that a better life was possible. I know the truth about Auntie's choice now, and I know who I am. So yeah, a better life is possible, just not at someone else's mercy. I ain't gonna let myself or anyone else be led into the same trap they set for us, ever again. Luck is just one of the many things I'll need, I reckon. But I'll take it. Anyhow, that's enough sorting my thoughts for the moment. We got a galaxy to save.
Short-range transmission just came in from Zeb. Sounded urgent. He's requesting we meet him at the Tomb of the Matriarch, here on Praetor. It's where the Matriarch and First Sovereign are buried, supposedly. Zeb left out the mission parameters, probably worried his message might be intercepted. Not unfounded, given the Protectorate presence on Praetor. He did say he'd reach out to us again if he needed help. Reckon we should take it as a compliment. Zeb doesn't trust easy. Anyway, I'd really like to go, if there's time. Much obliged. The sooner we can rendezvous at the tomb, the better. Got the sense that whatever's going down, it's happening now.
The cultist known as Aza has been admitted to the ship roster. Among her registered weapons is what she refers to as her disemboweling knife. This unit reminds the commander that anticoagulants are your first line of defense when injury occurs.
Turn your lamps on that building over there. Reckon that's where we'll be able to get our hands on the Rift modulator.
Protectorate control of Praetor has largely been achieved through the maintenance of a blockade. A survey of Praetor indicates there may be an alternate route past the blockade via the Automech factory.